There, we're going to share our American Muslim 360s liability. I'll share that with you. Our disclaimer. Okay, 306 1697. In just one moment. Okay, 296. Six nine seven. Two things here. One moment. I'm sharing information, everyone, so please bear with me as I do this. And oh, okay. And the phone is 305 224 1968. All right, and let's begin. As we share our screen, and you can read along with us this morning on the disclaimer. Okay. American Muslim 360 disclaimer. The content of the American Muslim 360 Broadcasting Network is intended for general information and community service purposes only. Views expressed by hosts or guests are their own and not necessarily the official position of AM 360 or the parent corporation, Community Wide Shura Conference, Inc., CWSC, or its board of directors. The content is not designed to provide specific uh, and personal medical, financial, legal, counseling, or other professional advice. No liability, explicit or implied, shall extend to hosts, AM360, or through CWSC. We encourage you to consult an advisor for your specific circumstance. Thank you, everyone, and welcome to Living in the Upload Life. I'm Martha Nyla Williams Abdullah, the temporary host for this morning, and it is a blessing to be here with you and to share in this moment. So, as we began seeking refuge all times, seeking the protection of the Creator, the one God, we say Allah, from any misgivings, any ill will, uh, intentional or unintentional. So we seek refuge with Almighty God and with Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. We openly declare that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, highly glorified, is Allah, is the one creator, and there are absolutely no partners with Allah. And Prophet Muhammad, prayers and peace be upon him, is a servant and messenger of Allah. Greetings of peace to everyone. And again, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are thankful to be here, living in the upload life. Well, let's venture in the arena of cursive writing. And as we connect that with living in the upload life, we are now, many of us are aware of the term AI. AI. Artificial has been identified as artificial, not arty, artificial intelligence. I've heard some refer to it as Al Islam. And so here we are in the midst of communication, information sharing. Information is to equip the human intellect with necessary information that the human intellect may help the human being be be to be. And so the human intellect then collecting what we call data collects it internally. We don't see the words flying through the air. We hear, but we don't see the words. So living in the upload life, as I'm referring to it as this morning, is as we, the human being, our brain, our brain cells, is uploading all the time information after information. It comes in, it forms our thinking, and we participate in whatever the words that we gather with that are gathered in our mind. We participate in the action. Whatever the words suggest, action words, we connect. Now, we do have the opportunity also to discard information. That's living in the upload life. We have that opportunity. We can discard information. We can accept it or reject it. How do we do that? How can we, as a human being, with our eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hands, feet, body, how can we reject information? Where does it come from? How does it get into our makeup, our thinking? How does information come to us? How do we receive it? As we are walking and we connect, we come upon one another, we say, sometimes we say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, how are you? What's up? What's happening? How's it going? We say these words and we continue on our journey because most times it's understood that we really don't intend to stop and take time to assess the answer. we, we assume that in giving the in meeting and pass to acknowledge the existence of someone, a human, the highest form in creation, being informed. And so living in the upload in the present, whatever we've uploaded into our thinking, our brain, our mind, Whatever we've uploaded, we ratify it. There's a process that we use, and we can do that on our feet, right? We can actually regulate our thinking on our feet, whether we're sitting, standing, walking, running, whether we're in the air, flying, of course, in a plane, all right, flying, or whether we're in a car, whether we're driving or passenger riding, or whether we're even, whatever it is that we're doing, we're able to upload information. And that information be so uh, technical, or it can just be a common thought process, such as, I have a taste for, and we literally say, I have a taste for something. And we think about that taste. And automatically, we can see ourselves eating something, drinking something. Or I need to go to the post office. And we can literally see ourselves at the post office. Or I need to call someone. And right then, we can literally, in our mind, see the person that we want to call. Well, those are common situations. But in a more technical one, where we have to figure out the cost of something or how we're going to get the monies to pay something, we have to give a little more thought to it. This is living in the upload, and I'm literally taking upload as an informational upload in the best computerized process there is, and that is our mind. Our brain can be seen. We can see the brain of a human being, but we cannot see the thinking. We can see the neurological, the nerve, the pathways for the transitory, the movement of our thinking. We can see the pathway for it, the circuitry, if you will. We can see that. We can be shown on pictures. So that's what we're going to do is share with you some of the brain movement mechanism operation, but we will not see the words. We will, and I've seen where a child was um, incapacitated to the point that they could not get up and move, and they literally could not speak. But an attachment, brainwave, some wiring was attached to his brain to um, I say attached to his brain, to his skull head, but to connect with the brain waves and then take the other end and connect it to a computer. And as the child thought, the words reflected on the screen. Living in the upload life, go figure. So give me a moment, and if you want to make some comments, you can either put your comments in the chat room for those who are here with us, or if as you're here with us, you can also raise your hand, uh, and those who are have dialed in, you can also raise your hand by pressing *9 on your telephone. That's for those who call in. *9 will raise your hand, and *6 will open your mic. For those who are here and with us on Zoom, you can simply, if you have the hand, you can click that and it will raise your hand. Or if you have what is called the reactions, a heart shape, then you click that and then you can select raise your hand. But we want to hear from you while I get us prepared for the video on our brain waves and how information is uploaded, but we can't see it. All right. All right. Give me a moment and I'll get that. And as I go to another screen here, please, if you have any comments, just bypass raising your hand. Just give us the greetings and God's peace be upon you, or however you want to give the greetings, and we'll acknowledge you. All right? All right. Because I'm not really looking at the screen as I bring this up. And we're going to go to YouTube. And you want the brain waves. Receiving information. All right. And for, there's always what they call a breakthrough. Right. Okay. So let me share my screen here. Ah, thank you for your hearing the words that I'm sharing, and your active brain activity is working. All right. How does my brain communicate internally? Okay. That's how do our brain waves work internally? Now let's go back here. Oops. Nope. Okay, there.
Certain researchers are delving into the intersection between quantum mechanics and human brain activities. Scientists are particularly fascinated by unexplained coherence of connected neurons. Some propose that quantum entanglement could be influencing these brain activities, as it allows particles to remain connected over vast distances, mirroring the synchronized nature of neural oscillations. They are exploring the possibility that quantum superposition might enable neurons to be in multiple states at once, contributing to the brain's incredible processing abilities. While the theory remains speculative, this quantum perspective offers a new avenue for understanding consciousness and cognitive phenomena. It's a reminder of how much there is yet to discover about the human mind's mysterious complexities. Certain researchers are delving into the intersection between quantum mechanics.
Okay, any comments on that before we continue on? Let me stop sharing for a moment. Any comments on the brain activity as it's operating right now while we're connecting with one another? We're connecting by way of words. And this is truly the highest form of intelligence as we've come to know it. It's the human intelligence. And there are abstract processes for our human intelligence, and there are concrete processes for our human intelligence. And we spoke of having the taste or desire for something, to do something, to be somewhere, to connect with someone. That's abstract. The concrete is food sitting and being right in front of us, and we see it. And how does it become our favorite? How does food become a favorite? Colors. How do colors become our favorite? That means that something is happening in our brain, in the processing of information that we have in what is known as our desires. We have a deep, deep relationship with colors, with foods, with places, with actions, whether it's watching a movie, action, whether it's having a conversation with someone, an action, whether it's shopping or playing at the playground or exercising, doing something. It generates a process in our brain that we decide, I really love this. I love what I'm doing. I love uh, this food. I love this clothing design. I love this car. I love this house. I love this decoration. And so that's in our brain. We're uploading that information. And then the response internally, we find ourselves saying, we love it. And if we don't say it, we show it. We either smile or there's a comforting feeling within us. And we really, truly love it. So, what I want to do now is, oh, any comments? Please, by all means, come right in. Anyone wanting to make any comments? We are here and living in the and we're acknowledging is the highest that we've come to know process of information, of processing, having the ability to process information. Now, sure, we will say um, that how we input information into a computerized computer, another an external computer situation, that it has no other duty, no other responsibility but to compute that information. It doesn't have to form relationships with people, and those people, as diverse as the relationship can be, as diverse as the group can be, relationships with our family, and as diverse that is, relationships with our parents, relationship with our mother or our father, relationships with our siblings, one, two, or three, however many we have. If there's none, relationship with our relatives, cousins, aunties, uncles, our grandparents, our grandfather, and our grandmother. Relationships. The computer does not have to be diversified in that process. All it is doing is computing information. We're computing information also, but then we're computing relations with that information. Then, in the layering of those relations, we're also computing What are we going to do? What do we expect? How am I going to connect with them? What am I going to say? The computer that we upload information into does not have to do that. It does not have to process how someone is going to respond from the words I use, how someone is going to give, what reply are they going to make, or how am I going to respond, or what am I going to do when I get to a certain location. And I have to take everything into consideration. Well, the computer doesn't have to take into consideration who's around unless they've been given the information on demographics, on the people, their time management process, their income, their living uh, situation, because this information is being shared, put into the computer. And then the computer is asked to give out a relative or relative data related to what we put in. But we couldn't put in emotions. We couldn't put in future arrangements, people to people, person to person. So living in the life, but it's coming from the main computer, human intelligence. All right. So I mentioned cursive writing. So I want to share with you. Um, I put a query meaning a question, into quote unquote artificial intelligence. And when I put the query in, here's I'm going to share it with you. Let's see, where is it? Okay. So ask the question about cursive writing. I'll do that on this particular screen. All right. So bear with me as I'm going to show you how I put the quest in. Very good. For some reason, I lost. Okay. And you will see me based on Imam W.D. Muhammad. Yes. Rahimahullah. Cursive. Oops. Yes, cursive writing, cognitive. Oops, I'm reading that. Cognitive, Tiv, T-I-V-E, E, uh, and all righty. And this is the AI computing. This is just exactly what I said. We put in the ability has already been um, outlined. So it's searching. Now on my other phone, I do have the response that was shared. Okay. Now, and it says, as you can see on the screen, research for Imam W.D. Mohammed does not connect his teachings directly with the practice of cursive writing for cognitive improvement. However, his philosophy did thinking. Remember, living in the upload life, the human intellect, the collecting of data, information, and then the relationship of these words, this information, and how we're staying connected with one another, how we're communicating with one another, and what's the expectation after all of that. So, continuing to read. However, his philosophy, Muhammad, of Almighty God be upon him, heavily emphasized the importance of independent thinking, language, and intellectual development, which aligns with modern scientific findings on the cognitive benefits of handwriting. Think about that for a moment. We're speaking about cursive writing and what happens when we're doing cursive writing. It is a process, it's a technique. I'm speaking now. It is a technique. And in order to do cursive writing, you have to attach one letter to another letter in a word, space, another word. And at the same time, know that we're informing or we're the relationship of what we're writing from our mind, what we want to say, and how we want the other or the recipient of what we're writing to be received. Cursive writing, writing in general is one thing, handwriting is one thing, but cursive writing, let's continue on. Imam, this is, I put in the query, Imam W.D. Muhammad's philosophy on cognitive and linguistic development. Imam Muhammad's teachings placed significant emphasis on the power of language and the mind, a concept he expressed with phrases such as words make people and man means mind. Our school of thinking, Imam Muhammad believed that the unique experiences of African American Muslims in America would lead to a new school of Islamic thought. This new perspective would help them understand the Quran and Islam in a powerful and unique way. This intellectual effort is consistent with the cognitive flexibility and analytical skills that cursive writing has been shown to foster. Let's stop right there and let's have the conversation. Cursive writing, living in the upload life, means moving from manuscript uploading the manuscript, the script of words, and a knowledge base of those words. And the whole purpose of the brain, the mind that's housed in the brain, the mind, the purpose of the mind is for societal elevation, improvement. So living in the upload life means that we're to improve and improve and improve, or become stationary with certain things is that we call, meaning the repetition of an operation that we've designed will maintain its that it will some reason it keeps going out on me, but we're going to get through this. Imam Warthi Muhammad, Rahimahullah, a thinker, as all of us have been given the capability to think. In life, scientists have discovered through their studies of the mind, of the brain, of cognitive, meaning we're able to recognize, we're able to see something, and cognitively in our mind, we're able to recognize it, record it. It's been recorded. Now we were able to recognize it. We're recognizing what relationship, whatever we're looking at, what relationship we have with that, whether it's a car, food, a place, people, timings, locate, whatever it is, we are recognizing a relationship along with the words, along with the information that we're uploading. So now that AI is saying that scientifically it has been acknowledged that cursive writing improves the intellect or the intellectual capability. So now I ask the question of us, is it important to teach cursive writing with the intent to improve society's intelligence ability? That in performance comes from our intelligence, our ability to think. We perform accordingly. So to perform with excellence, and we want human excellence, then we have to input, upload excellence. And it can happen, we now know, through just the movement of words that we don't see, but it's in operation and it comes into our mind. So when we are hands on writing and cursive writing, and I'm going to take it further, we've been taught to write left to right, left to right. Now, what I did was I queried, and let me let you see this. Let's share my screen again. I queried the connection between. Okay, let me go up here and put in the query. Uh, Stay with me. Okay, let's take that out. Let's take that out. And the new query is based on, let's see, based on Imam, and I'm purposefully using Imam W.D. Muhammad cursive writing and Quranic writing, Arabic script, can improve cognitive learning. And let's see. The user's query references a specific person, Imam W.D. Muhammad, in connection with the cognitive benefits of cursive and Quranic Arabic script. While research supports the cognitive benefits of both cursive writing and engaging with Arabic calligraphy, no information links this specific idea directly to Imam W.D. Muhammad. The general cognitive benefits of cursive writing. The hypothesis that cursive writing improves cognitive learning is supported by neurological research. Although it is not specifically tied to Imam W.D. Muhammad, enhanced brain activity. Cursive writing engages multiple areas of the brain simultaneously, including those associated with thinking, language, and working memory. Optimal learning conditions. A 2020 study using high density electroencephalogram monitoring found that cursive handwriting synchronized brain waves and stimulated areas of the brain important for memory and encoding new information. Better retention. The fluid motion of cursive requires a form of kinesthetic stimulation than typing. This process helps facilitate the connections that enhance memory and attention. The cognitive benefits of Quranic Arabic script and calligraphy. The practice of writing and reading Quranic script has also been shown to have cognitive benefits, particularly within Islamic education. Stimulates critical thinking. Engage with Islamic calligraphy, including the Naskh script commonly used for the Quran, stimulates critical thinking, visual analysis, and pattern recognition. Enhances memory and writing skills. The process helps, and this is by Quranic writing, Arabic writing. The process helps students improve their reading and writing abilities, and proficiency in Arabic is critical for accurately understanding and reciting the Quran. Integral to Islamic education. Learning calligraphy is considered an important component of developing a deep understanding of Islamic teachings. connecting the concepts to Imam W.D. Muhammad. While Imam W.D. Muhammad, rahimahullah, is a notable figure in Islamic history, no search results indicate that he specifically articulated the theory that combines the cognitive benefits of cursive and Quranic Arabic script. However, the principles align with the broader emphasis on education and the written word within the Islamic tradition, which Imam W.D. Muhammad would have undoubtedly supported. In summary, the connection between Imam W.D. Muhammad and the cognitive learning benefits of cursive and Quranic Arabic script is not established by available information. However, the cognitive benefits of both practices are supported by various sources. So we present to you, dear listeners, dear observers, that to improve human family uh, and is on an ongoing track for improvement, for human excellence, we can, through our thinking capabilities, matter of fact, prove that cursive writing and Arabic script and Quran, which elevated humanity during the Renaissance period, the Dark Ages, and the Hafiz students rememorizing the Quran, seeing the flow of the connectivity between the letters. And let's go to some Arabic script here. I'm going to show the comparison between any comments, please, by all means, come right in. Anyone, please come right in. I'm going to not lose that. I want to, uh, so I'm putting into the query here. Uh, Not the cognitive, the um, connected comparison of cursive writing and Arabic script. I'm going to put specifically Quranic Arabic script, all right? Cursive writing. Okay, let's see. RIPT. Yes, okay. And I believe you can still see my screen. There is no Quranic Arabic script. Okay, I figured it was going to come back and say that, but I think it's going to relate to the, again, the abstract of Quran, the influence of revelation is what I was looking for. And let's see if they addresses it, okay? If they address it, rather. There is no Quranic script, Arabic script, that is separate from the normal Arabic script. Rather, the term refers to the elegant and codified calligraphic graphic styles developed to transcribe the Quran. While Western cursive is a specific style of handwriting, Arabic script is inherently cursive. Let's 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 think on that, and let's look back, penetrate with our thinking into today's happenings, operations, educational systems, and how the connection has not been openly made known. And so, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with the ability to think, we're now able to engage into the thinking, the intellectual world, and pull out what is needed to be known and produce. This is a production that I'm working on and bringing forth not just as a theory, but now as or a hypothetical situation, but now as a proven, a given connection for intelligence to be uh, available to every human being. So now let's read back here. Inherently, all right. While Western cursive is a specific style of handwriting, and I'll step away a moment, and cursive writing has been attached to cognitive learning, all right. So, and going back, Arabic script is inherently cursive, meaning the letters in a word are always connected. Arabic script, Western cursive writing. What's the difference? Western cursive writing writes from the left to the right. How is Arabic script? It's from the right to the left. Inherently, our mind will focus, will cognitively connect with the right, the right, the right to the left, the natural inherent pattern for the human development is to the left, but it is enhanced by the right, by the sacredness of revelation, enhances the natural pattern. So the natural pattern in the West starts out, and then we go to the right. But the right is what we're all to be engaged with, right conduct, right thinking that is covered on it covers the pattern. It it uh, consciousness, it brings out the consciousness. It keeps us protected is what I want to say. So from the right to the left, right to the left, right, right, right. Cursive, connect, connect, connect. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us to be connected, and the writing in and of itself connects us. And it is an action written revelation. Action. Quran is an action written revelation. So everything about it now, cognitively, we connect with it. Performance wise, we will connect with it. And what's the expected outcome? All right. So now, uh, this is just giving critical marks and all of that that comes into the education. The Quran and the development of Arabic scripts between the seventh century, seventh, and it'll tell me in a moment. And this is coming from Smart History. The Quran and the development of Arabic scripts between the 7th and 12th centuries. The Quran is the scripture of Al Islam, the words of God revealed to the Prophet Muhammad in the language of Arabic between the years of 610 and 632 Christian era. having been memorized and passed orally during his lifetime. These revelations were written down for the first time soon after the prophet's death, and as later centuries progressed, special scripts were devised and unique manuscript forms were developed to carry the words of God. The earliest copy, oops, let's go back to the recording here. Okay, perhaps we've reached our limit on that, but we're still live. All right, going back to our reading here. The earliest copies of the Quran do, do not, what is it, survive as complete manuscripts, but rather as individual folios or small groups of folios. Let's see here. This makes it difficult to reconstruct the history of this period of development. Single pages do not necessarily convey much information. Okay, we're looking for the Hijazi scripts. So what we want to prove here is living in the upload life is that the Quran, the script itself, these are different forms of script. As you can see, different forms. But the script that we read in Yusuf Ali, you can see the different scripts. And it was very important. Eventually, the diacritical markings became useful because of the knowledge of, and here we are, as most of us see in today's time, the connections. There are reasons for certain letters not being connected, doesn't take away from the idea and the understanding of relationships, bonding, and written from the right to the left. And the human intellect will focus, will be thinking on that, will sense it has already ingrained in our our pattern of development, our pattern of our net pattern design. That's the word I'm looking for, and our in the design that we naturally want to bond, connect, and therefore our views are about bonding, about connecting. We have subject verb. How many times we've heard that? Subject verb relationship. Subject verb. You have a subject, you have a verb, an action. You have an action, you have a doer of that action. You can you can see the action, and it will inquiringly we will ask, who did that? We will connect the verb, the action with the doer, or we'll connect a doer. We'll say, where are they going? Who are they? Why are they here? We are automatically built in that process, in that design, to ask the question. So living in the upload life produces the use of our mind, our brain, the whole neurological, the nerve, senses, connection, connecting us with taking something in, sending something out. There's that relationship. Coming in, going out. Same relationship with the male, female, going in, something coming out. That is a complete, palatable, digestible, understood process. So, any comments from anyone, please, by all means, let me stop. the screen sharing here and come back to you. Living in the upload life. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Any comments? Hey, hearing none. Well, I certainly thank you for being here today. And right now, I'm going to ask you to join me in the Muslim Journal sharing. We're going to share public service announcements here. Muslim Journal will be hosting a 1 day telethon November 15th.
Hello?
November. Yes, Assalamu alaikum. Come on in.
Hey, my son, that was very interesting what you just shared. The reason why I'm saying that is because um, I'm reading a book, and one of the observations that I've made in reading the book, reading words that are on the page, is that it stimulates my imagination to imagine what the person is trying to say. So it has an effect on the visual and the audio senses. Even though I'm reading quietly, I can still hear within myself the voices that the person's, that wrote the text. I can actually hear it in my brain, and I can actually visualize, imagine it, what it is that they're trying to say. But when I'm watching TV, I notice that I don't have the ability to visualize because they're already stimulating my visual and my audio. They're telling me what it is. You follow what I'm saying?
I follow what you're saying. Wow, what a defined process. You would think that the visual on the screen would dictate more to your senses, but it does just the opposite because it does not
Just
allow
the opposite.
for the natural inclination your relationship to what you're reading. We place ourselves into and we bond with the reader, with the writer, excuse me. We bond with the
Right.
writer. Now, on the, we have, I would say, it takes some time that we watch a television show and we may say, okay, now I can see where the producer of the show is going with this. But it takes some time. You can't imagine because it's always changing. I mean, the movements, the physical, you see the table, you see the chairs, you see the house, you see, and then it jumps
Right.
to people in conversation. You can't preempt, you can't pre-think and put yourself into it until after everything has occurred, and then you get a sense of the writer. But in a book, yes, or reading a story, or and I guess the same thing with a person speaking. This is why I guess it is that we have to listen and not presume what a person is uh, thinking or trying to say, and we'll say, "Well, get to the point.
Right.
get to get to the point," because we're wanting to follow. So back to your reading a book. This is why now, William, that it says write, 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 right? I mean, WRITE, right, because it also follows through to the logic that people then get more engaged into what they're reading.
And it also, the two words RIGHT and WRIGITE have the same
Mm,
sound. That was
Mhm.
interesting. Right
Yes.
and right.
Wow. Write it and be right. Or yes,
Right.
yes, yes. I
Now,
liked.
one
Oh, go ahead.
another observation that I made is that in understanding, I'll say it like this: when um, first Revelations read, "In the name of thy Lord who created," which means to observe, observe it, and then come to come to a conclusion. So you have to, like, the creation is telling you something. The creation is saying something because it's a sign, fine, but it doesn't really tell you what it is. You have to imagine or come to a conclusion about it in your own self. You have to come to a conclusion in it. It's already defined, but you have to watch it. Whereas it's not really. It's speaking. Excuse me. It's speaking to you, but it's
Mhm.
not speak. It's speaking to you, but it's what, not speaking to you.
It
It's
leaves a
speaking to
lot of
you.
room. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
it leaves a lot of room for you to think and apply certain thinking. That is interesting.
It leaves a lot of it leaves a lot of room for you to come to your conclusion. Whereas when we watch mainstream media, we see it and they come to a conclusion about what it is. Okay, that's all.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. Think that is the process, everyone, that we are constantly living in the upload life using our brain, our intelligence that the Creator has shared with us and has given, now we know, a direct connection with the Creator. That our first relationship is who we ask who created, who made the tree? Who created this space? Who created this? Who made this bee? Who made me? So we're I won't say forced, but perhaps that is the right word. We're pushed into a situation to think. And when we have something working against our ability to think, then it takes us, it puts us, the human being, into a stymied situation, dulls our excuse me, our intelligence. It dulls our use of our brain, and the brain then gets covered with a matter, a particular matter. Doctors have studied and have found that just as foliage covers things that are complacent, just as that which covers waters that are still. We look at a pool that's not being used, or we look at non-flowing waters, and even the waters that are slowly creeping along, moving slowly. There's this green, or we call it the green film. What do we call it? That covers the waters. Well, likewise with our non-use of the brain waves or the capabilities that we have, it get covered with something until we act is activated. When it's activated, you will see, just like the waters part, when it's activated, the same thing with our mind. Our mind will be activated. So it's not all lost. One action that we can take is to begin and maintain where it is happening, cursive writing, and then enhance that understanding of writing from the right to the left and explaining why. That it is a natural, inherent position of the human intellect to be from the right to the left. And then that brings in the sacredness of the Quran, and that the Quran is, I'll share with you the word Gari, uh, Gora, 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 Gora is, and I'm going to look it up. Give me a moment. Let me get my book here, because one means the flowing, and it relates to the menstrual cycle, which the menstrual cycle relates to birth, connections, whether the birth has taken place or not, whether the birth, whether there's um, availability for births to be given physically or not. But that flowing, then the blood itself will flow. The likeness of the words, the script flowing. So there's a connection with relationship after relationship after relationship. We inherently we are to bond with one another in one way or another. So let me get my book and I'll share that and then we will close out. All right? All right. One moment. Well, I did mention about the public service announcements. We want to remind you of November 15th for the Muslim Journal, as it will be hosting a 1 day telethon. Muslim Culture Con just had their retreat, but they're constantly, we're to be connected with them. And then Graceline, Graceline Community, working towards having a credit union, but financial education, literacy, we say financial literacy, which covers the education of finances as well as being engaged and other matters that connected with financial. Then that's Graceline Community. Then there is the conveners, and tonight there will be an update um, by way of Imam Bashir Ali and all of the conveners throughout the country, United States of America, on the IWDM Imam Worth Dean Mohammed 50 and the 50-year recognition that was held August 1st or September 30th, August 1st through the 4th. And there are other uh, acknowledgments of IWDM 50 throughout the country that's been held. The various masajids throughout the country. We want to acknowledge them and the work that is being done in the neighboring areas that they are where they're located. And we stressed this morning, living in the upload life, on Imam Ward tying the logic, and leadership of Imam Wardi Muhammad to the use of cursive writing, and more specifically, on to the use of Quranic sacred texts, sacredness of the revelation from Almighty God that is a bonding to every human being through by way of his intellect and his sensitivities and its abilities to be human. So being human brings into focus all of what we shared this morning. Being human. And that is a promotion of CWSC as an intelligentsia, which intelligentsia components, American Muslim 360 is an intelligentsia, media intelligentsia, Speakers Bureau, the ambassadors, National Leadership Advisory Council, scholarships, the bookstore, the Strategic Family Institute, the think tank. The think tank is as a clearinghouse where information is brought, sorted through for solutions to be had, and then actions. So when you think of CWSC, Community Wide Sure Conference, it will also lead you to see and connect with the flagship American Muslim 360, which through its design by the co-founders Imam Thomas Abdul Salam and Dr. Aisha Kareem, its design was to promote a healthy environment whereby ideas can be exchanged. And so it has a CEO and a senior management team in order for it to operate or function in an independent manner, connected as the broadcasting network of CWSC, Community-Wide Sure Conference. Now we go to this word, and we'll come back with more public service announcements. But this word here, Gora, give me a moment. Let's see here. And that's when I say Gora, I'm going to, okay, that's the Q, cough. All right. Gora, 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 with the Gora, with the ah sound, is to read, as William was just expressing, to read. Read a written thing, recite with or without having script, with or without having pro, without having script, proclaim, convey, call, rehearse, transmit, deliver, deliver a message, to collect together, qara, to put or arrange together. Now I want to go to ko. First is ka, okay? Now it's ko with the u. Kura is he read, he recited. We go on, Qur'ana, we read, Qur'ana. Yakara, they read. Oh, yak, okay, excuse me. Yakara una is they. They read. Okay, it is recited. Let's see here. One moment. We'll get to um, the one I was speaking about. Let's see here. Yes, Guru. Guru. First we had the Korah and then Kura. Now we have Guru. Same letters, Kof and the Ra, but the diacritical markings is the Dhamma, the U sound. So Guru is okay, Al Quran, that's the reading, reciting, recitation. And then it says Kuru, menstruation. state of purity from menstruation. So we can see how, uh, in studying Arabiya, or the Arabic script, we will see that the relationship, that there are what we call root, the root, and from the root grows a variety, and it spreads out and it connects with other letters, and it will give an interesting meaning, but it all will guide us back to the root of the word, the base of the word and its meaning. So and because we're speaking about cursive writing, even writing from the left to the right, the idea of connecting is what is implied and applied. It is in our mind, it works in our mind. And so when we're writing cursively, we know the main thing is we hear the teachers saying so that lends itself over into our uh, um, connecting with another person, connecting her will be the primary process for us to get to the end, which will then later intelligently give us that. So when we are speaking about community excellence and living the upload life, means that we have to have something that engages us to lead ourselves and be led into the excellence, to bring out the excellence, I should say, bring it out, because the excellence is within. Okay, I thank you for allowing me to sit in for our host, William Kareem, and he is the producer, executive producer of the Medium Connection, a new and 10 a.m. we will, we will end a and today I want to also pray the usual Ibn Yaqub Islam is Yad Islam, where there being two individuals are sitting in for them, and that will be Rashida Robinson and Amir Muhammad Shahid. So the number for connecting with them is 971 379 9162. Again, just simply dial 971 379 9162. And we'll connect there together, inshallah, God willing. As CWSC is and coming upon its strategic planning time of the year, it's a little later than we usually have it, but we had to be strategic about that even. But we will be having our strategic planning, uh, and it will be conducted over 4 weeks, 2 days in the week, Wednesday and Thursday in the week. Wednesday from 1 to 5 for a 2 hour span. So it may be spaced, but it will be for 2 hours, 15-minute intervals or 15-minute presentations from 1 to 5 for 2 hours. And then Thursdays from 2 to 6. Again, 2 hours production within a 4 hour span, 15-minute presentations. And that will go for 4 weeks, which will be uh, you will get 4 presentations a day. On Wednesday, 4 presentations. No, excuse me, 8 presentations. I'm saying 2 hours. 8 15-minute presentations. On Wednesday, 8 15-minute presentations on Thursday, which means 16 a week, which in the end, we will have had 64 presentations, 15-minute presentations. Now, we say strategic planning. We will introduce to you the foundation of CWSC and how it came into existence by way of the broadcasting network American Muslim 360 being produced and then engaging us the listeners, with what was coming about, CWSC, the Community-Wide Shura Conference. American Muslim 360 maintains its position of being that national broadcasting network. Its current CEO is Khalida Akbar, and its senior management team includes the station manager, Imam Kareem Hamid, program manager, Manira Habil Uma, a quality assurance person, Imam Abdul Khafi Shahid, advisor, uh, the president of American Coalition for Good Government, Fleming Elamine. And that leads us to share with you on American Coalition for Good Government. And let me share that with you because we want you to be connected. So, American Coalition for Good Government. One moment, and I will share that over on our screen. Perhaps you're already connected with this is all about connections and living in the upload life. The more we know, the more we grow. When we upload information, yes, we will grow. So let me get to this particular information so I can share it with you. Any comments while we get this? Let's see here. Okay, yes. Let's send that over. Okay. And to, I apologize. Let me, HA. All right, I'm going sharing it on my screen. There we have it. Good. An American Coalition for Good Government. Good government, right? And the first governing is of ourselves. But let's see. Amen. Fleming Elamine is of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He was commissioner there in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Coalition for Good Government. Let's see here. Let's bring this out. There, American Coalition for Good Government. It's a political action, one of the largest political action committees, PAC, in the country, set out to bring overlooked Americans into politics to fight for a more progressive America and elect progressive candidates. It conducts major campaigns from its work to register voters, to campaigning local government races. And American Coalition for Good Government Political Action brings hundreds of thousands of small donors together to elect candidates who will represent the American people. With one secure online credit card transaction, you can immediately make contributions to several campaigns. All contributions go to the individual campaigns in the amounts you specify. So, American Coalition for Good Government Political Action takes care of all the required FEC paperwork by transmitting necessary contributor information to each campaign. Because it's a nonprofit, ACGG political action can't accept donations greater than $5,000. And in fact, ACGG political action is mostly funded by people who give less than 100. Folks who don't have a lot of money but want to see a change. And then it goes into please make your donation. But American Coalition for Good Government, here's the flag for the United States of America. And we also host posts. We will be posting, you see in the background, the what we call the White House. American Coalition for Good Government, more education, information on uh, how to become a member. They have annual dues. And during our strategic planning, you will hear from representatives of various, let's see, going to membership. Let's see, let's go to membership here. One must be paid to complete application. Dues must be paid to complete application. But we wanted to see what the membership, well, that just entails paying for whatever the membership is. What are the tenets? The tenets are the American Coalition for Good Government foresees the following areas of concern as needs for establishing the American winning spirit for success: sacredness of life, human dignity, family life and health issues, the environment, education, community development, economic justice, property and business ownership, community violence victims' rights, criminal justice, crime prevention, prison reentry. That is one, everyone, that I'm passionate about. Public and inclusion. We recognize that when America is united, we will always prevail. Americans will always have differences. And when we reach across those differences, we are stronger for it. We realize that as human beings, we share an abiding set of values that define us as Americans. Our task is to draw strength from both, from our great diversity and our constant values, to fashion the future we want for all of us. We support a government that sees peace and democracy as products of decisive strength and active diplomacy. Diplomacy that protects our interests while also protecting our values. We believe that a key to strengthening peace in the world is stable, yes, and peaceful relations among the world's major powers and respect for all nations of the earth. We are committed to alleviating oppression in all of its ugly forms from the life of Americans and the life of humanity at large. As America moves towards a more perfect union, we believe that a more balanced and evolved level of governance requires active engagement from all segments of the society. The historical record shows that a solely free market economy, profit as a motive, and privatizing key industries such as Social Security, Medicare, public education does not produce the best result for all of the citizens of the country. There is a role for good government to protect citizen involvement, to provide laws for fair engagement, and to be the voice and vehicle for all. And this is why conference and the vehicle American Muslim 360, where your intellect is respected and your voice protected, connects with American Coalition to hear more. Just be prepared to hear from Imam Fleming Elamine of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, whatever date and time that he comes forth to provide, he or representation of American Coalition for Good Government will have their 15 minutes if they choose to use the entire 15 minutes to be present and to have be available for questions as you will be asking, of course, on American Muslim 360, American Coalition for Good Government and its operations, and how you can become a member. And then, as you hear all of the presentations coming during the strategic planning, the first week, as we stated, I pray I did state that you will be introduced to the groundwork of CWSC and American Muslim 360. And then we will go into all of the other presentations. Any questions? Anyone? Okay, we will end out by
Assalamu
saying,
alaikum.
Alaikum
Susanate.
assalam.
How you doing this morning?
I am doing wonderfully. Praise be to Allah. How about you?
Well, I'm doing good. Praises be to Allah. The excellent presentation that you gave this morning.
Alhamdulillah.
Mm.
Thank Allah for you saying that, sharing that.
I have a question. That is, IWDM 50
Mm-hmm.
in Philadelphia, was that a recording of the lecture that the Imam gave at Juma? Because I haven't heard it. A lot of people didn't hear it. It wasn't too good inside. And then all the vendors and everyone else that were outside didn't hear it at all. So it was quite packed, brothers and
Mm-hmm.
sisters inside. So was it recorded, or can we hear a copy or hear recording of the Juma lecture that was made with Juma?
Oh. And we were on en route. So we missed that too. But and they're going to, as a matter of fact, tonight is the night for the updates with IWDM 50 from
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia. It's going to be held tonight by the conveners. But Imam Bashir Ali has sent out a notice that will take place. Uh, and I know they're going to be sending an email. Yes, an email to us, but also Zoom, and you can ask that question, or if you're available to be on. I think it's going to be 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. As a matter of fact, let me go to our email and
Mm-hmm.
confirm that. All right.
All right.
Stay connected. How about that? Important, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Zoom link. I guess he sent it yesterday
Mm-hmm.
for tomorrow, which is today. Follow up, IWDM follow up. So we can send that out to everyone. Let's see what it said. As a follow up to our last communication, we have scheduled a special presentation from our Islamic Leadership Training and Development Program. the students on our IWDM 50 conference follow up survey. The ILDTDP graduating students have analyzed the final survey feedback and have prepared a special presentation via Zoom. The presentation is scheduled for Monday, October 27th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 Central, and 5:30 Pacific. The Zoom link for the presentation is attached below. Please try to be online about 5 minutes before the start time. We look forward to your attendance! Exclamation point. Peace and blessings, your brother, Imam Dr. Bashir Ali, on behalf of the conveners of Imams.
Mhm.
And they go on to that. So the Zoom information we will be sharing, see, send out this Zoom information to our connecting points. And so you part of that as well, uh, unless you received it, unless they had your email, Muhammad.
No, they didn't have my email. No, I didn't get it. No.
Okay, okay. So we will definitely send that out right
Mhm.
morning to you. And so I don't have that answer for you tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's what you're on. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's when we will connect. Now, before then, at 8 p.m., let me share this because I always miss it. 8 p.m., right after we hear from today, let me go through the layout. After we are connected with A New Day for Al Islam Community Radio from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., right at 1 p.m. on AM 360, we will return here to be a part and connected with MAP 5, Muslim American Power 5.
Mhm.
Once we connect with them from 1 to 3 p.m., then 5 p.m., that's Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. will be Optimal Health with Imam Abdul Hafid Shaheed out of Atlanta, Georgia. And then 7 to 8 p.m., Maya al Kulahel with Imam Abdul Aziz out of Bronx, New York. And then 8 p.m. will be having the conversations. Um, oh, there's a word that goes before that conversation, but having the conversations put on by Community. Graceline Community will present the conversation, and that will be from 8 to 9 p.m. So while we're on with them, we will connect. For those who want to connect with IWDM 50 update by the ILTDP, Islamic Learning, Islamic Leadership Training Development Program, the students who will be presenting the results of the survey of IWDM 50 held in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That will
Mhm.
take place at 8:30 p.m. So we will be 30 minutes into hearing the conversation of Graceline. And I have two phones, so I'll be able to
Mhm.
double duty.
Right. Okay.
I won't have to give up one over the other.
Mhm. Mhm.
praise, praise be to Allah and the benefits of this being provided by, uh, I should say, now I can say William Kareem, because he has been a contributor of assisting me with CWSC and the work that we are really producing. I say the work, and it's truly a blessing. So praise be to Allah.
Mhm.
And that's our lineup for today, everyone.
Mhm.
Any more any more questions, Muhammad?
No, just that you're going to send the link out to everyone.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. For a
Yes.
nice IWDM.
Yes. Tonight's
Mhm.
IWDM
Mhm.
50
Right.
update, survey
Mhm.
update.
All right. Good. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. updating all of that,
All
everything that's
right.
going on today. It's wonderful.
Yes, and I must say, Muslim Journal. I was on last evening, last yesterday. I did make it on. Don't you know? I was at the airport, um, and my phone was going dead. And
Wow.
just when I finally got a chance to speak, and Joan was saying, CWSC, Martha Nyla Williams Abdullah is trying to say something. And it was very end, after right at 1 o'clock, a little after. And so finally they said, okay. And I started talking and started saying, Joan, I sent you an email and I'll be resending. And I said, we're promoting, I did say we're promoting the November 15th date. And I went to say something else and I looked and my phone was already gone off.
Ye- Yeah, I was on the call and I knew at the last minute. That's why it's Joan trying to bring you on, and that's why didn't hear anything else from you. That's right. Yes, sir.
Did you hear
Hmm.
anything?
Yeah, we heard everything. The only thing we heard when Joan was trying to bring you on, and that was all we heard. Didn't hear from you anymore.
I was saying my phone was going dead, so that's what
Hmm.
happened.
Right. Hmm.
Okay. Oh,
Mm. Mm.
alhamdulillah. So I will I think I text Joan and then I will follow it up with another email and get them because we want them to come on. Of course, we've been, we're affiliates of Muslim Journal. We have a bartering process with Muslim Journal, and we're an affiliate with A Time to Be Grateful.
Hmm.
Actually, with Muslim, I should use the word affiliate with Muslim Journal and the
Right.
event A Time to Be Grateful.
Hmm. Okay, so
Get it?
maybe be sure to get you back on next Sunday, 12 noon.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes. I'm putting everything. Oh, it's like help, but
Hmm.
I'm putting everything in a certain order so that I can uh, see everything now. Clockwork.
Okay.
Back to
Hmm.
that cursive writing. You know,
Hmm.
it,
Hmm.
it helps build that in you. The more we
Yeah.
write in cursive.
Hmm. Yeah, from the right to the left. Hmm.
Eh, Yes. Now, even if they've studied it, even writing from the left to the right, as we do in English,
Hmm.
uh, we're writing from the left to the right. The idea is connecting the letters mm, does something to our mind. And so, it definitely enhances it when we're writing from the right to the left. But when it just doing the cursive writing from the left to the right, still we're connecting letters. And so we have to consciously see that we're writing the right letter, but we're attaching, looping it together. And so that does something with our cognitive uh, process of learning and our behavior. And so now it behooves us not to promote education as along with promoting education is a sacred matter. The sacredness of it is making the connections,
Hmm.
making the connections. Creator, me, creation. I'm part of creation. And so all that so now we can inject this into society, into our neighborhoods, into our educational process. People who are saying that children are not doing so well under that. Number one, you don't feel for those who don't feel connected as citizens. Number two, those who don't feel connected economically now didn't feel connected educationally, but had some kind of hope. But when taking the cursive writing away, that cursive writing, apparently because they studied it and saw it does connect the behavior, improves it and everything, and then they took it out of the schools. So
Mm.
I would say that was not a conscientious, that was an unconscionable act.
If it wasn't, President wasn't thought through.
It
If
was
it,
thought, it was understood that it would make then where those who are already deficient in studying,
hmm
it would bring about a lack of connection even more so.
mm,
As AI showed that the scientists had studied and shown the connection between cognition and the cognitive learning process and cursive writing.
hmm Well, maybe this issue that should be brought up on the power of educating our own. You on last night
Yes.
with them?
No, I was. Is that's when they were on? They're on Sunday nights. See,
Yeah,
I
Sunday
lost.
night, 7 p.m. Every Sunday, 7 p.m.
Okay, alhamdulillah. And see, and this is something because that I know I spoke with Quran Shakir in 2023, 2024. She was looking to bring the process back on, connected back with American Muslim 360. And so there has been a disconnect in thinking that there's been a disconnect. So we need to reconnect because that slot, I did say that slot was open, but that's with the American Muslim 360's CEO and senior management team to coordinate. But I definitely will relay that information.
hmm Yeah.
I'm thankful that you're connected.
Oh yeah, try to be there every Sunday. It's very very good. They have a like say Sister Shakia and
Marsha Nivens.
right, uh-huh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Patricia, I think.
Right, right, uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm always promoting them
Mm-hmm.
as because and Imam
Mm-hmm.
Kadir Sabur,
Right.
uh, all of the educational formats wherever it is, and this particular one we can bring them all together. Dr. Hamid Al Amin and the consortium and all and project this as a strategy of adaptation, the adopting of it, of the understanding of it, and then becoming promoters of it in the general educational arena because they're more proficient on being able to share how the study has been done
Mm-hmm.
and is will be highly impractical to society for the future. We're talking 50-year
Mm-hmm.
strategic planning. So for the future of this country, it will be highly impractical for any educator to disavow that process. The cursive writing, if they're not, we're going to do it in our neighborhoods. This becomes on the Muslim, it becomes an obligation
Mm-hmm. Right, okay.
to bring this to the general public and to have parents reconnect with the cursive writing process, and they can do it in their homes.
Okay, well, last night's program on Power Educating Our Own, it's recorded so you can get the replay. But
Okay,
matter of fact, they had a sister on that can't think of her name right now, but she started out telling about when they first started Claire Muhammad School in Atlanta 25 years ago, and they had some other
okay.
people. Yeah, yeah, it's recorded. You can get it as soon as you can.
Okay, so it's recorded on YouTube or Facebook or both, or I'll
What
just check it out.
I used to go to YouTube, and it's also on Freedom New
For
Freedom
New
Exchange.
Freedom Exchange. Okay,
Right. Mm-hmm.
gotcha. And I
Mm-hmm.
know Imam Mujahid. I know he's been busy, but he did say to us that in Philly that they're looking to reconnect as well. So
Right.
we with those are processes that our strategic planning. We pray that it will at the end of it. Excuse me, that all of these facets will be in place. um, for our re-engagement. And again, the CEO of American Muslim 360 and the senior management team, they're in charge. They will do that. That will be left to their purview, and whatever ones want to participate in the 50-year planning, we can better, get that in place. I don't want to overstep and say anything about how the format will take place, but I'll
Mm-hmm.
just say that
Right.
they will put it in place as far as American Muslim 360's times and the slots for and the availability of the presenters, and that we are forming relationships to be ongoing, and that's how we're connecting. CWSC, the overall intelligentsia process, CWSC is about connecting, communicating, and collaborating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that would be something to bring up concerning the cursive writing. Have you spoken to anyone
Yes.
about that concerning? I mean,
Actually, no, it's been a study of mine.
mm-hmm,
And, before you put something out, you want to make sure that you've studied certain areas before it just, well, anyway, it has been a study of mine. And now that I see where it is connected, and I study, listening to Imam Fahim Shuaib. Um, and as he said, he introduced to my mind the putting in the query, asking AI, getting AI used to hearing Imam Worthy Muhammad's uh, questions about his thinking,
mm-hmm,
his leadership, and the logic that he applied. And the more AI gets informed about it, then the more AI can assess what Imam Worthy Muhammad has already been codified about Imam Worthy Muhammad. So what AI does is pull all that data from wherever it exists.
mm-hmm. Yeah, we heard him yesterday on what's the program that they come on with?
The
Uh,
Quran.
no, the other one, Fitz Muhammad's Imam Fahim
Oh,
Suede.
oh, yes, yes. Study Al Islam.
Right, right, yeah, huh? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, and I have to go back and listen to that. There's a
Right.
lot of backup work that you have to do because, of course, CWSC is aligned with Graceline, and Graceline comes on at 10 a.m. also. So we to maintain our relationship there,
Mm-hmm.
we have to be in attendance. But then I can listen back to Study Al Islam and stay connected with Fitra through that process. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a couple programs come on at the same time. That's we gotta find a way to work for that. You can only be at one place at the same.
Exactly. And now I can bring it up on my phone. Like I said, the two phone situation.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it up on the phone. But attention is definitely needed at Graceline. So I can't. It's no sense in me having Study Al Islam up and try to hear it when my attention really truly is on the work that we're doing with Graceline.
You're right. Got to give you full attention.
Got to give
Uh-huh.
my full attention. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh,
And we're also preparing for New Medina, everyone. New Medina, the 2026, the 40th year
mm-hmm.
of the retreat, since from 1986. I think that actually 87 was the breaking ground, which praise be to Allah, I was there.
Oh, you were.
Yes.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
New Medina, yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Dr. Ali and all of the team there. I was there when we commemorated the Dr. Ali's community center
Mm-hmm.
and all the other things that they've been doing, working. They've been steady working, and so we're seeing the fruition of the work. And thank Allah for that. So New Medina, we're CWSC, the entire intelligentsia, uh, is expected to present, inshallah, in one form or fashion there in New Medina in 2026. And that's the Memorial Weekend, uh, May, in the month of May on the Gregorian calendar. We will be perhaps in the month of Dhul Hijjah, I believe, on the Hijra calendar, because we will have gone through Ramadan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we should be entering into Dhul Hijjah, the month of Dhul Hijjah, at that point. I don't know if Hajj will have taken place or not, but praise be to Allah. There is so much, but we're taking it all the way to the height of thinking that we can live the Hijra calendar and the Gregorian calendar. We can promote it as they both regulate our lives.
Mm-hmm. Surah 7, the height.
Yes. RF. Yes. So so that's a knowledge base. That's a lift in the knowledge. Living in the upload life. Yes. Thank you for bringing that into the picture. Um, Surah 7, Al Araf, the heights. So yes, we want to go higher and higher and higher by Allah's blessings. So thank you. Alhamdulillah. This has been so fruitful, Muhammad.
Allahu Akbar. Thank you for your great leadership.
Alhamdulillah.
But
Thank you. And pray.
I
Was
can hear, I can hear Bilal saying, Nyla, that's my, what do you call you?
mentor.
Right, Mitchell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you and I, don't let it get away from me about the historian piece. Um, that I love to connect with you and have you front and center on one of those 15-minute presents through the
Well,
strategic planning. That will be um, not the 5th and the 6th, but anywhere from the 12th and the 13th, the 19th and the 20th, or the 26th and 27th of November. And then November 30th, we start out with the telethon, and um, we will promote, of course, all the organizations that we come in contact with. And that's what we're going to be sending out to all of those who are alive and well, organization wise, alive and well, and have found their way to be connected with American Muslim 360's platform as a broadcasting network and the uh, parent corporation community-wide Shura Conference.
mm, sounds good.
I mean,
Did progress.
thank you. Thank Allah for all of it. Thank Allah for all of it. And I tell you, keep us all in prayers because all of us pushed everything else. We're giving birth only because of the input that we've heard. Something goes in, this is what comes out. And so this is the product of the relationships that we have built together, all of us.
Mhm. Right.
So with that, it's 10:14. Mohammed, let's
Wow.
move over.
Mhm.
Let's go
So,
over to a new day for Al Islam Community Radio, 971-379-9162. Thank you all. Assalamu alaikum.
okay, wa alaikum assalam. We're going right over.
Yes, sir. Alhamdulillah. Okay,